The following program is presented by Pro Sound and Video.
Today on Broward T News, we're at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School to learn all about the home of the Eagles.
Stay tuned to learn about Drama's Halloween fundraiser,
A junior Olympic surfer,
the increase in food truck popularity,
and so much more. Hello, and welcome to Broward T News Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Edition. My name's Melissa Azarito.
And I'm Taja Garcia. Today we're going to take a look inside our school to showcase some of the amazing things happening here at Douglas.
Like our first story, which showcases preparations for the renovations of our school media center.
The MSD Media Center has opened its doors to students for the 2023-2024 school year. Over the summer, this literary haven has received a few refreshing modifications, which can be noticed the moment you step inside.
We heard the last week of school, last school year, that they were going to be doing it in the summer, and we scrambled to get things out of the way because we knew they had to take out the carpet. The carpet is amazing. It just gives it a whole new renovated look.
New additions to the Media Center include a sound system, carpeting, and furniture rearrangements. These renovations help to make the library a more accommodating space for students.
I like about the Media Center, how welcoming it is and how everyone here is so nice. The new renovations are very nice. My favorite part is probably how we took down some of the shelves and opened up the space more.
The introduction of these new refurbishments has made it easy to see the benefits that the Media Center has to offer for students at MSD.
You can see it already because this has, been a few days with kids here. And you can see they love the atmosphere. They're more comfortable. And the fact that we moved the steam tables, the Promethean boards facing a different direction, it's like a whole new media center.
The Media Center hopes to welcome students for a fantastic school year. This is Vincent Chulo reporting for WMSD TV News.
Earlier this year, Florida Panthers goal coach Rob Tallis brought the Stanley Cup to Douglas for students and faculty to see and photograph. Here's a hype video from student Gabriel Neerman.
Every Halloween, Douglas's drama department hosts a Halloween fundraiser. Let's take a look at how they prepare for it.
Falloween is drama's national holiday.
Falloween is a yearly tradition in the drama department, mainly targeted towards younger kids. This Halloween celebration consists of multiple kid-friendly activities, all themed after popular movies and shows.
So our booth is Toy Story, so we like to perfectly encapsulate some of the core memories from the original Toy Story movies. So we have games such as Bullseye Racing, which is basically a hacky sack race, and we also have a Space Ranger training and Build Your Own Mr. Potato Head. And we just really want it to be more importantly safe and just fun for everyone that is going to be involved in the booth.
On top of all of that, they even have a haunted maze, organized by and taking place in Marjory's garden. With Falloween being drama's top earning fundraiser, it's extremely important to prepare and plan early.
It all starts with the very beginning, the nitty-gritty of figuring out what stations you want for the Falloween event. I have 10 stations and a haunted maze. I also like to prepare with what people and how many people I'm going to have for my event, just so I can get an estimate.
There are so many aspects going into this event, with lots of students doing their part and helping out. Every room has a designated leader, planning out and organizing fun activities for the kids attending.
I'm in Scooby-Doo. I'm Daphne. I love her. She's so zazzy and so fun. We're all going to dress up in costumes. Max Herman, my best friend, is going to be my Fred. So we're excited to be there.
Everyone working hard for a common goal to ultimately help their drama program put on a spectacular shows. The drama department is so special to so many students organizing.
Every year, everyone has like such a fun little roundabout of like booths. We got to like decorate them, and it's so much fun. I like to hand out candy, and here's the fun part about that, because kids are expecting like one piece. I do handfuls. That's what I do.
Falloween is for kids and parents of all ages, so stop by October 26th to check out the rooms, maze, and petting zoo. This is Lucas Barbosa reporting for WMSD.
Here at BTN, we have the pleasure of partnering with other nearby schools to get the news from across South Florida. Here's another Halloween story from Seminole Ridge High School on Fright Nights.
Fright Nights, a place full of fear,
Oh, this feels good.
scares, and a whole lot of fun.
Oh, it's exhilarating. Nothing better than scaring people. Nothing better. Once you do it, addicted.
While walking through the eerie paths, the fear starts to creep in.
Because as some of you know,
In the shadows, there will be jump scares, a creepy set, and a whole lot of screams.
Exciting and a little nervous.
It feels kind of cool and thrilling.
Search for a girl named Cindy. Your task is to carefully navigate and find her. But along with Cindy, behind the scenes you can also find these amazing crew members that help bring this experience to life year after year.
While I was at school, I actually realized I liked more of the behind the scenes, like set design and stuff, more than makeup. So when I came back, I started pushing to do a haunt, and I pitched this idea, and then now I became a haunt designer.
Here at Fright Nights, it's not just the scares, but the thrill that keeps people coming back. From screams to laughter, and the chills to thrills. A night at Fright Nights is a night to remember. For WSRH Extra, I'm Caden Norton.
To wrap up the spooky season, Student Television Network released the results for their 60-second Horrorfest competition. Let's take a look at the Douglas submission that placed 5th.
Now, reporter Maya Taylor dives into Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School's students and teachers' opinions on gun control and how it relates to the 2024 election.
As the upcoming 2024 presidential election draws nearer, citizens of the Parkland community are beginning to assess how they will be voting. Among all the values that previous voters, as well as first-time voters, are considering, a major issue on people's minds is the matter of gun control. The February 14th shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, in which 17 students tragically lost their lives, has greatly affected the sentiments of the community on this issue.
I know that gun owners want to have guns, and according to our Constitution, they're allowed to have guns, but I would like to see some common sense gun laws put in place. If a person has shown some sort of emotional instability or psychological issues, probably not the best person to have a gun.
Because of the concern for safety, the district has taken various measures to ensure the safety of students on campus.
Being a student, I have seen directly the impact of not having very strict gun controls. Now all of the doors at my school lock from the inside. We have metal detectors this year for the first time ever. We have safer spaces inside the classrooms where students are supposed to hide in the event of an emergency.
For eligible voters, which now includes seniors at MSD, the issue of gun control will be something that affects the candidate they will vote for in the election.
I would like to say that the candidate who wants to promote gun control would be the candidate that I would vote for. I'm going to vote for the candidate who is actually discussing it, but I don't believe that anything is actually going to be done. I believe that it's a great platform to stand on, but I don't believe that the job could actually get done unless both parties agree to it. And that's why I think it's never going to happen.
Although on a national scale, candidates are covering a variety of issues that will influence the way they vote, the issue of gun control is especially important to the Parkland community.
Continuing with the 2024 election, Seminole Ridge High School covers the importance of properly sourcing political information. Let's check it out.
How to put the presidential race into perspective, Senator.
What do you see coming down the pike in the presidential election?
The ABC News presidential debate starts right now.
With the presidential election around the corner, new voters are racing to register. But making sure they have their facts straight is more complicated than it seems.
New voters, they just have to know where to get information. Not so much, we haven't really encountered issues. It's more showing voters where to go to find their information.
The time for voters to make a decision is ticking, and the younger generation especially is turning to TikTok and the mass media to help them pick their candidate.
I think it has to do a lot with the news, what we see on TV and stuff, but also TikTok and YouTube and Instagram also has a really big impact on that.
One thing about media that people have to understand is that these news networks operate like entertainment. So they do appeal to certain audiences, who watch their networks. So when you are watching that news, to make sure that you are seeing it through that lens.
Voters need to clean their lenses and look out for misinformation in their sources.
One of the big things that we focus on is battling disinformation and misinformation. So misinformation would also include skewed information.
Even with the guidance of supervisors, voting is a great responsibility, and new voters are feeling the pressure.
I feel a little bit nervous. I think that now that I'm becoming of that age to finally vote, it's a really difficult decision.
First three words of our Constitution begin with "we the people." That establishes that the people have the power in this country, and that power is wielded through voting.
With the media's portrayal of the election, new voters need to be on the lookout so that when they cast their votes, they know that it's the right one. For WSRH Extra, I'm Lillian Amirian, and I approve this message.
Over the summer, two students at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High interned at BECON-TV, where they each made a short documentary on a Broward County public school student.
The first is on how Sofia Gamboa, a high school sophomore and junior Olympic surfer, balances the waves and her academics.
Hey, I'm Sofia Gamboa. I'm 15 years old. I go to Marjory Stoneman Douglas High, and I am a national champion in surfing. From an early age, I've always wanted to be a professional competitive surfer. I've never given it a doubt in my mind, but ever since I was about 11 or 12, we really went hard on it because it was my first time in California, my first time at nationals, and I won. It was really fun. It was an eye-opener for us just to see all the girls that live in California and Hawaii, they get tons of waves because South Florida doesn't get too many waves. It's flat. It's flat right now. It's hard because I don't really live near a beach that's very consistent. But it's pretty, guys. While other girls get the whole year to train, for me, we fit it into summer. Shout out to my mama day. The times I get to surf, I take advantage of and I make them worthwhile. Since I am a full-time high school student, I'm a sophomore, it was challenging at first, balancing, competing, and everything. What's the balance here, guys? Communicating with my teachers and letting them know what dates I'd be out really helped me plan what work I'd have to do. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but I'm just happy that I get to manage it. There's always some kind of pressure on me, but pressure doesn't really get to me, it's more motivation. It shows that you can still be in school and you can also still compete at the top level.
From riding waves to riding skateboards, our second short documentary unveils hidden lessons to street skateboarding and why it's Bautista's hobby of choice.
My name is Bautista, and I skate. This is scary. Street skating is it's like a whole new world. You see the world differently. People just see 3 little stairs, and you just see like, whoa, skate spot. All right, right here. For me, skating is like artistic expression more than physical. Can't really put a score in skating. You have no rules to stick to. It's like just pure freedom. When I skate, it's like anything going on in my life just disappears, you know? I was like kind of sad, depressed. And when I skated, like everything just went away. I was just looking down at my board and like nothing really mattered at all. I think that's what people skate to get that feeling. I would say skating made me a better person in general. You're calmer, more relaxed. And it teaches you so many lessons that you don't really realize. It teaches you how to like keep going. Like skating, you're never gonna land the trick first try. And if you do, you don't really feel like you battled it. It really teaches you how to keep going until you make it.
Next, we'll take a look at why food trucks have been significantly increasing in popularity in recent years.
Over the past 14 years, the food truck industry has rapidly grown. According to Food Parks IO, in 2010, there was about 4,000 active food trucks in the United States. This number has increased to 35,000 by 2020. One of the biggest reasons for this is the average initial investment for a food truck costs $50,000 to $175,000. However, the average initial investment for a restaurant can triple or even quadruple that amount.
Oh, our business started with a little money, so we are starting like 4 years ago with nothing. We don't have nothing when we started, but now we have four food trucks.
With the food truck industry growing, this means more trucks for better convenience.
Sometimes you don't have to go like too far. There's a lot of people here that they need.
Each business owner has their own goals for their food truck.
Oh, our goal is be a brand everybody knows.
Food truck, my future is to put my restaurant to give me the opportunity to help kids that pass hunger in other countries.
Fresh new food trucks have surrounded the acreage. However, one is a veteran of the area.
Well, like I said, it was kind of a dream of my brother's. And so, you know, we've talked about it for a long time. And then we just happened to, our career paths and everything just happened to line up that we were able to get it going about 6 years ago.
Big Tex Barbecue is a name familiar to many acreage residents. The business is known to stay strong, even through challenges, and work off the benefits of owning a food truck.
We were very fortunate during like the pandemic. We didn't have to shut down all of our foods to go. And just the expense of a brick and mortar can be, you know, we don't want to pay rent, we rather own. And then it's just so hard to staff a full restaurant, you know, it's hard to get that many people to run it properly.
With new additions as well as old favorites, the food truck industry is only growing. For WSRH Extra, I'm Nick Reddick.
A senior in Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School created Planet Saving Productions, a nonprofit video production company to promote local environmental organizations and raise awareness on conservation efforts. Here's a piece she did on Friends of the Everglades.
At the edge of a thriving Florida metropolis lies the largest subtropical wilderness in the United States. The Everglades stretch hundreds of miles from Orlando to the Keys, an ecosystem as diverse and treasured as it is fragile and imperiled. Millions of visitors travel to glimpse the iconic alligators that traverse its watery reaches and delight over wading bird populations that frequent the shallow marshland and claim the ever-changing sky. But despite wide-ranging appreciation, these one-of-a-kind wetlands face ever-present dangers. Rampant development claims more and more of the remaining natural space, and pollution infiltrates this once pristine water source. The late famed environmentalist Marjory Stoneman Douglas saw the Everglades' worth long before it was widely recognized. Her words enshrined the untamed beauty and wild mystery they possess and issued a public appeal for their protection. Marjory always knew that people were the key. With founding Friends of the Everglades, she established a means to channel the will of the people who love the Everglades into advocacy and conservation measures that would preserve the cherished landscape for generations. The legacy she introduced remains important, now more than ever. The Everglades may face an uncertain future, but there are reminders all around us of the wilderness, water, and wildlife that endures. Every year, Marjory Stoneman Douglas puts on a show to share and celebrate cultures from across the globe. Here's Vincent Chulo's hype video for the Multicultural show.
Our final story is about the furry friends that attend school alongside students at Douglas, our therapy dogs.
The dogs play an important role for the students and staff here at MSD, providing relief from all the stresses, even if it's minimal help. There are multiple reasons as to why dogs will be at the school, one of which would be to comfort those in need.
And it seemed like she can't settle down because she wants to go find someone that she thinks needs her. So that happens. It does. It's very, very special.
Students during lunch will pay our therapy dog, River, a visit every once in a while. The dog likes to be playful and run around, establishing a sense of happiness when spending time with her. There are other dogs on campus that serve a purpose other than providing comfort to students, such as service dogs. Even then, students enjoy having the canine around.
He sits behind my desk on his bed. During class, he usually just sleeps. He walks around and sometimes he gets a spot that he wants and sleeps.
Even during our interview with Ms. Hanensky, River had trouble containing herself from her playful demeanor around us. The library is a place where students can relax and focus on their work and studies, but River will always add that extra sense of comfort and tranquility for however long she stays here at MSD. As of now, River enjoys spending time around the students and helping them in ways that only she can contribute.
And so we're very, very happy that she's here and she does make everyone happy.
This is Jordan Dumas reporting for WMSD News.
And that's it for this episode of Broward Teen News, Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Edition. My name's Melissa Azarito.
And I'm Taja Garcia. If you want to see stories like these and more, make sure to check out our Broward Teen News Facebook page.
See you next time on Broward Teen News.
Broward Teen News was brought to you by ProSound and Video.